Welcome to the Weird and the Weary. I'm Jason. With me is Kevin.
Good morning.
And Lee.
Right at you.
Lee Noble.
Right back at you. What's up?
How's it going? How's everybody doing? How's your week been? How's everybody?
Pretty busy week, but, it's the weekend. It's very nice now.
Yeah,
Good time.
About the same.
Yeah. I feel you. It's good to unwind a little bit,
Yeah.
relax.
Got a long weekend here.
Sure.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice. Wait, we do have a long weekend?
Yeah, I got Monday off.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
All right. Nice.
Same here.
Veterans Day.
11/11. All right. You know what?
Hmm.
I slipped my mind. I didn't realize it was a holiday.
Yep.
Wow. Well, that's a great holiday.
Yeah.
Support the veterans.
Absolutely.
Support the troops. All that good stuff, right?
All the
Yep.
goodies.
Yeah. And maybe you could take a little relaxing time on the beach or something. That could be fun. I mean, it's cold now,
Right.
where we are. It's
Well, maybe go
cold. somewhere
somewhere warmer or something.
warm.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere south anytime soon.
No.
Nope. No plans.
The beach could be nice though. It could be a nice, good time.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know where you could go? You can go to Australia right now. That's where it's warm.
Oh, yeah, it's very hot. Actually, I know a couple folks that just got to Australia.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Bad timing. Real bad timing.
What's it like? Over 100 there?
That and there's 90-something out of control bushfires.
Oh, excellent.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like California.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
1,000 some odd firefighters trying to keep it under.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keeping it down under.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Hey,
Snuffing down under. Yeah, it's pretty crazy down in Australia. They have insects that could wrangle you and kill you.
Yep.
Drop bears.
The drop the drop bears. They eat the insects that can wrangle and kill you. The drop bears.
Oh, thank goodness.
But they also will drop on you and rawr, whatever the noise they make.
I believe that.
Drop. It's a wild, big. There's a lot of area in Australia that seems to be, just wild and uninhabited. I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's sparsely habitated.
Yeah. Well, it's a bazillion degrees, so no thanks.
I don't want to be around all those big ass bugs. They're like regular bugs here, except down there they're 100 times as bigger.
Yeah,
Right.
like that clock spider. No, thank you.
Clock spider.
I don't know. There's
Oh,
just an
wow.
old picture of a spider that's the size of a clock coming down somebody's wall.
Oh. Okay.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's why I don't go there.
That's Half-Life.
Well, good luck to your friends. I hope they have a good time.
Yeah.
They don't swim in the ocean because there's great white sharks, I guess, around there too, right?
Whoops.
Certain parts.
And they have those little fish that go and they swim up into your pee hole. They follow the trail of your
That's in
smell of
Australia?
urine.
I thought it was in the Amazon.
No, it was in Australia too, I believe.
Jeez.
I remember Sean Connery was talking about that.
It could go swim right up into your pee
You're
hole.
sure to pee with your shorts on,
That's why you don't pee in the water.
but you leave your shorts on. Pee right up your Jimmy hole. I think that's what he said, right, Sean Connery?
Yeah, I believe that.
Right up the Jimmy hole.
Bring Jimmy home.
But Australia actually has one of the longest running unsolved mysteries that I've ever heard of.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
The case of the Somerton Man. And it was in the early morning hours of December 1st, 1948. And that's when the body of the Somerton Man was found on Somerton Beach near Adelaide, South Australia. And this guy had no identifications. He had really no sign of foul play. He was just lying on the beach, dead.
So it was good play. Okay.
I guess. I mean,
Fair play.
he's laying up against the rock wall. Leaning. His head was leaned up against the rock wall. His legs were crossed in front of him.
Okay. Looks like he's just kind of sitting there relaxing.
Yeah, I guess that's what a lot of passerbys believe too. But he had no tailored tags on his clothing. He was wearing trousers, suit, nice shoes, tie, but nothing identifiable was on his clothing. And inside a sewn fob pocket in his trousers, they found a rolled up piece of paper that had the words Taman Shub, which is a Persian phrase meaning ended or finished, like the end.
Oh, okay.
So ended,
I was trying to solve that backwards. I was like, Bush, Mamat.
Yeah, it's the new Bush album coming out. Gavin Rosdale's back.
Perfect.
And he's the murderer. He did it.
Oh,
no.
Solve that one.
Perfect.
So as they started calling him the Somerton Man because he's still yet to be identified to this day. And, when they found him, he was on the beach across from a home for disabled children. And, on his possessions, though, along with that rolled up piece of paper, they found a cigarette on his right collar of his coat, just kind of hanging out on the coat of his collar, like he was going to smoke it, but maybe it fell out of his lip or something. I don't know.
Jeez.
Fell right into his collar.
And other things they found on him, he had an aluminum comb that was of U.S. make, so like some U.S. company branding on it. A half-eaten pack of juicy fruit gum. I like juicy fruit.
Yeah, that's about 15 seconds of flavor in half a pack.
Easily. So I'm surprised he even had half a pack left, but he might not have had a lot of time.
Longer than Fruit Stripe.
And then he had a cigarette pack. I believe it was Ace brand cigarette, but it had different cigarettes in it.
Oh.
So
funny cigarettes,
right,
huh?
maybe. No, they were just a different brand. They didn't have like the stamp for the Ace brand or whatever.
It's got some bootleg cigarettes trying to pass them off.
Maybe that's what got him.
Give me these booty
bad
cigarettes.
Smoke, yeah.
Booty.
There's a half box of matches, and there's a rail ticket from Adelaide to Henley Beach, and a bus ticket that they couldn't determine if it was used or not. So yeah, that's it's kind of weird. Find this guy just not looking like he got roughed up or anything. He's just dead. I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
I'm sorry, I just had this ridiculous idea. He was a wallet for some grifters. They're just like, let's put this dude here and just put some shit there.
I
put your bus ticket in one pocket.
Like
I left your cigarette in there, Frankie.
Yeah, like one of those like Fallout 4 or something. You just take your items and dump it into the corpse.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't have enough room here. You
just
swap.
drag it along.
Here's your fucking cigarette, dude. Throw it on him.
I'm leasing the left pocket of this man.
Johnny X 420X.
Let's sew up a note in his pocket.
See if anyone forces it. Leave a little frayed thread there.
Nobody speaks Persian. It's perfect.
Now, investigation was underway, and a couple witnesses claimed that around the 30th of November, they saw the guy in the same spot, but he appeared lethargic, and he like weakly raised his right arm, and then it kind of flapped down.
That explains the cigarettes in the pack. That confirms my theory.
Trying to get it out.
Hey, we got light.
This is good. Went to Netherlands, man.
My matches are wet from this ocean.
Reading this Persian book.
But that was around 7 p.m. Some other witnesses said around 7:30 or 8 p.m. they saw the guy there, but he wasn't moving, so they assumed he was just drunk or sleeping. But they were kind of like little put off that he wasn't moving because there was a lot of bugs when the street lights came on. So he wasn't like just mosquitoes weren't bugging him or anything. He wasn't like shaking them off. Could have just been really, really drunk.
Yeah, if you're like drunk and passed out, you're like, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah, like, my spine's a complete S. I'm fucking comfortable. I don't care what's eating me. It's just
flies crawling in his nose and ears.
I don't need it. Another witness said that they saw him kind of like sleeping or slumped over on the steps leading to the beach. So it seems like he had a really rough time getting to the beach.
Yeah.
Long, agonizing.
I'm picturing like the Wolf of Wall Street when he's all like whacked out on lewds trying to get down the steps or whatever.
Yeah, he's trying to close the door. Yeah.
It seemed like the stairs were forever from his perspective.
I couldn't believe I made it home with the car in one piece. But here's what actually would happen.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, so... you know, it's definitely that people saw this guy kind of rolling towards the beach, and it was about 10 years later when another witness came forward, said that they saw a well-dressed man carrying another similarly dressed man over his shoulders towards the beach, and didn't report it for 10, 11 years. It's like, whatever. Yeah, that just happens all the time here in the beach.
Yeah, it's just fancy bros having a good time.
Yeah, it's the Somerton thing in November.
You wouldn't understand.
What was left out of that story was that man did approach him and said, listen, if you don't fucking wait 10 years, you're going to die.
You're going to die.
You're next.
Just look at this guy.
Then you could say something. 10 years. It's like bankruptcy, except it's your life.
But none of these leads went anywhere, of course. They just kind of led to dead ends, and I guess holding something for 11 years will really, make a hot lead just go cold, man. Ice.
Makes it a 150-year case.
Now, some pathology reports by John Burton Cleland stated that the man was in peak physical condition. He was like British in appearance. I don't know where you get that, but
bad teeth, mussy hair.
I don't know.
Pockmarks.
I mean, being an American, I guess there's I don't really have much of a Caucasian identifier. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, this guy is Eastern European for sure. Look at the way his ears slope. I mean, this is crazy.
This guy's British as shit.
Yeah, you see those British fucking ears that guy has, and that British ass chin. No, I don't. Yeah, we don't have any of that here.
Yeah.
Look at that bullshit British walk, motherfucker.
It's like, look at that goofy white kid over there. I'm looking at you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm staring at you.
Thank you.
Damn.
No, I'm just
Thank
kidding.
you so
I'm
much.
just kidding. It was just for reference.
No, it's too late.
Sorry. You're the only other white person I know that looks different than me. So, it's...
There. Let me console you.
Ooh. He's a toasty worm.
Oh.
Tense in your shoulders.
Stoking the fire.
Wee.
British in appearance. Okay. Yeah. About 40 to 45. He was 5'11". He had reddish hair and gray eyes. He didn't have any signs to be like a manual laborer. He didn't have like dirty hands, roughed up hands. He had really nice palm smooth hands.
Nice. Soft and lotion.
Soft, lotiony hands.
Polished, manicured nails.
And he was wearing clothing of an American knit, so like it wasn't anything you could buy in Australia or in Europe or anything.
His clothing was no longer British in appearance.
Right. So, I guess he, us Yanks and Brits kind of look alike, right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything about it, really.
Sure.
Now, here's a thing that struck me odd was he remarked he had like dancer toes, like they were in like a wedge pattern. Like the big toe was long and the rest were kind of angled down.
Okay.
And like dancers have that kind of toe, or somebody who wears like a wedged boot a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But he had like developed calf muscles of a dancer, so
maybe he did it.
Maybe just like pirouetted everywhere.
And he just stopped. He did it until he graduated high school.
Maybe he was Russian, like Baryshnikov, just a spy doing ballet.
Oh,
he's
shit.
not rushing around anymore.
Oh, shit. Nope.
Maybe he's just dancing on somebody's grave until he fell in.
Gregory Hines.
He was just doing some street dancing, so he's like, fuck this, man. No. I'm the only one with the angled toes here. Took him out.
It's like some West Side Story.
With the toes, though.
Yeah.
Just snapping the toes.
When you're a jet, you're a jet.
Oh, what you doing there? That's my toe business. Nobody can have these toes like me. I'm sure that's what happened. I pretty much just solved this case right now.
Solved.
Figured it out.
This guy has British toes.
It's fucking street performing.
No,
man.
Russian toes. Russian toes.
So he had no hat, which in 48 that was pretty common to be wearing a hat.
Okay.
It's a fashion at the time.
Of course.
You always needed a hat for some reason. He didn't have a wallet. He had nothing to really anything to identify him at all. And he had no matches in his dental records or anywhere in Australia. So they did an autopsy, and it was revealed he died around 2 a.m. And an excerpt of the report states that, like a normal heart, he was pretty healthy in every way.
Mm-hmm.
But they noticed that there was like vessels in his brain and eyes that were like kind of congested. And there's a lot of like mucus in his throat and blood in his gut. And, just had like lobes of his liver were kind of blown out a little bit. A lot of internal hemorrhaging.
Wow.
And the last thing he ate was a pastry. So I'm also thinking it might have been Vegemite that killed him. Yeah, because like if you ever had that, it can make you hemorrhage. Just like a little taste. I don't like Vegemite. I'm sorry. I'm just I know it's a staple.
I've never had it. I've seen it. And I can't eat. I can't bring myself to eat it.
Yeah, it's like taking a bouillon cube and mashing it up, and then eating it.
I've never had it.
It's like a salty paste. I don't know. I'm going to describe it wrong, anger some people. I'm angering people right now just saying.
Oh, yeah.
That it's disgusting.
I'm not listening anymore.
Right. We're going to lose all of our Australian listeners. I apologize in advance. As an American, I got to try it, and I did not like it. I tried it on toast, but we're also talking about a country that has like a spaghetti sandwich and a bean sandwich. So they do beans on toast in the UK. They do a full-on bean on toast sandwich.
You want that on the sub?
Yeah. So
spaghetti sandwich is a real thing.
Yeah.
I jokingly invented that last week. I thought I was like a brand new.
Well, now you're an honorary Australian.
Yes.
Well, welcome aboard.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
All right.
You're gonna get a medal now.
Yeah. Welcome aboard.
I just hope I don't end up like the Somerton Man.
I hope not. I mean, if you eat too many spaghetti sandwiches, you might like crawl somewhere and die. Yeah.
Too much spaghetti, you end up deady.
It's like, wait, he's going on to the canned spaghetti now. He's not even boiling his own pasta. He's just opening cans of spaghetti, throwing it in a sub roll.
Good enough.
walking everywhere.
I made him American style.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that could be a good all the time food. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet, but kudos to you on your spaghetti sandwich discovery.
Thank you.
Sorry to burst your bubble.
It's okay. I guess I'm not special.
I'm gonna get your recipe after the show.
Perfect.
But now, when your friends come escape Australia when they come back,
yeah,
are they coming back? They're just visiting.
They're just visiting.
Okay.
I think seeing family.
Well, now you have something to talk about.
Yeah,
your spaghetti sandwich, and then they'll be like, "Wow, we ate none of that."
Yeah, I'll be like, "Whatever."
Your friend's a fucking liar.
I think it's bullshit. You got that off the internet, didn't you?
It was on Wiki Australia.
That was Pornopedia.
Yeah, his spleen was 3 times the size. There's definitely signs of like a poisoning. They didn't find any like pathogens or anything in his blood, immediately.
Mm-hmm.
In the pastry, there's nothing on it. It was fine. There was no Vegemite or anything either. So
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
yeah, definitely, no poison on in the pastry. Initially, they assumed like a barbiturate that was administered to him that would make him act that way too, like sluggish and lethargic, and then eventually slowly die. But it was kind of inconsistent with the hemorrhaging, so they still really weren't sure the true cause of death at this point. So since there's no positive IDs, they had the body embalmed, which was kind of unprecedented for the day because normally they didn't do that. They didn't like keep the body for any length of time.
Right.
They put it like in a potter's field kind of thing and buried it and got rid of it, after the case went cold. But since this was more, brought to attention, I mean, they started putting it out on the media, started like putting the pictures of him on the slab, basically, because like I said, his body was in a fair condition.
Right.
He wasn't like roughed up or anything. So, they started sharing that on the media.
Ah, jeez. Guy just wanted to die in peace all of a sudden. Everybody's
He was waving goodbye to everyone. That was a slow wave goodbye.
Goodbye, leave me alone.
I think I'm dying. My spleen feels big.
Somebody's got dead guy nudies everywhere.
Now, a few months later, on January 14th, 1949, there was a suitcase that was discovered at the Adelaide rail station. It was brown, had no labels, and it was checked into the station's cloakroom, which I just wanted to say cloakroom. That just sounds super fancy.
It sounds very cool.
Yeah, I've never had to say cloakroom before.
No.
So. But it was checked in the cloakroom November 30th, 1948.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, when the people saw him slowly going
Several
to the
months
beach.
later, earlier.
Yeah, the day the people saw him.
Yeah.
But this happened at 11 a.m. He checked in the well, sorry, I'm not going to say, they're not really sure who checked it in.
Right.
That was a long time. That was around 11 a.m. according to the ticket. And so they believe it to be the property of the Somerton Man.
Okay.
And when they opened it up, they found a bunch of stuff in there. They found a red checked dressing gown. Mm-hmm. It was size 7. Red felt pair of slippers. Nice. Sounds cozy. Mm-hmm. 4 pairs of underpants. Some pajamas. Shaving kit. A light brown pair of trousers with sand in the cuffs. Loves the beach.
Yeah, this dude loves the beach.
An electrician's screwdriver, which I didn't look it up because I don't know what that could be. Like, I don't know what the difference is. Maybe it's insulated.
Yeah, grounded.
A table knife cut down into a sharp instrument. So like kind of like Freddy Krueger did, except just like a shiv, I guess.
Oh, okay. I was like, knife should
probably
be sharp
just
already.
a screwdriver.
Maybe. Or to stab someone.
Bum, bum, bum.
Stabby McStab.
Because there was also a pair of scissors with sharpened points. Little covert. Like, oh, these are just for my nostrils. Stab! You're dead.
Got him.
And so there's a small square of zinc that was thought to be like a protective sheath for the knife and scissors. Mm-hmm. And a stenciling brush, which it was used by third officers on merchant ships for stenciling cargo.
Of course.
So writing letters on stuff. This box is full. I don't know. Cut that out. I lost it. But the other thing that was in the box was a wax thread. It was like an orange wax thread. It wasn't normal in Australia, but it also matched the same thread that was that sewn his pocket together. That had the Talum Shud note in there.
The secret note.
Yeah, so same kind of wax thread was used to sew that shut.
The plot thickens.
Yeah, it's kind of it's wacky. Of course, all the identifying tags were taken off the clothing, except for the name of T. Keane, which Keane, which was found on a tie, and the same spelling on a laundry bag. And a singlet vest that had Kean with missing the E on the inset of the vest, and then 3 dry cleaning marks with the same name. So
that's close enough.
Yeah, you would think his name was T. Keane, right?
Yeah,
but no, they didn't really come with any leads on that because the dry cleaning marks didn't come up with anything. And since it was kind of common if you bought like secondhand clothes, you would find people's names, on there. Mm-hmm.
Too keen.
And the real conclusion that they came up with was either it was known that he wasn't T. Keane, or it was just overlooked. That's really what the 2 conclusions for that were. So, since T. Keane didn't come up anywhere in the United States, anywhere in Europe, or like even the dry cleaner, especially the dry cleaner, there was like no record of it. But I don't know if the records would be that great in 1948. I don't know.
Probably had computer problems back then.
Abacus,
Sorry, I only have 2 megs of RAM.
Sorry, I only got 2 RAMs.
God, yeah, I got like half a RAM.
1 bowl.
Another oddity to this case, though, there's no socks. Like no extra socks in the case.
He likes to wiggle
socks.
wiggle the toes in the sand.
Yeah, apparently because there's sand in the cuffs. He died on the beach.
Yeah,
just like the beach,
he's an old hippie.
right? And if you're gonna visit the beach, what do you need socks for? If you're gonna spend all your time on the beach, you don't need socks, right?
Nah, you're just gonna get sand everywhere.
Or you just learned that you only need one good pair of socks. You just wash them in the sink. Done.
Don't even wash them.
Don't even wash them. Stand on their own.
Bingo.
Right in the
Then I don't
corner.
have to stand anymore.
They're like boots. Slip them right on.
Now, investigators they formulated a pretty lengthy timeline of his arrival to Adelaide. How he traveled from Adelaide to Somerton Beach. But there's a couple holes here and there that didn't really add up. That to where he would lead to this place that he died. Really, it just seemed like. Okay, yeah, makes sense. He arrived.
Sure, he showed up,
but what did he do throughout the day? There really wasn't much to go on other than some speculation of how he could have arrived to his final destination.
Right.
Not the next sequel of the series.
No. Close enough, though. But other than that, there weren't really any leads, and it wasn't until June 17th of 1949 an inquest was opened into the death. And coroner Thomas Erskine Cleland, began work on that. And the pathologist that did the work earlier, John Cleland, noted that the man's shoes were clean and recently polished, which further speculated that he was walking around town, kind of doing a about town kind of thing. That I guess that's what you do. You spiff up before you go out because you want to look presentable.
Well, yeah, you got to look fancy.
Sure.
Even though he had no hat.
Yeah, where's the fucking hat, man? It might have fallen off gone in the ocean.
Shit. No,
Yeah.
someone stole that shit from him, probably. Hey, look at this bum. I like his hat. Taking it.
Maybe he got
Taking
his
it, George.
shoes polished when he was getting out and about.
Maybe the ocean just polished his shoes.
Ooh.
Nobody didn't even
Have
think
we
about
looked into
that,
this?
yeah.
Did I even question the ocean?
Right. The grit and the salt water could have really just done a good number.
Answer me, ocean.
It's also speculated, though, that he was moved post-mortem because there was no, vomit or blood or anything since they kind of believed that he was poisoned. Which there would be a lot of that around if you were poisoned.
Yeah, I would think so.
That dude is
Poison.
Yeah, and you think if the seagulls ate that shit, they'd die too, right?
a flock of them.
A waka flock of seagulls.
Whoa,
They took his hat.
Like a flock of flaming seagulls?
Waka waka.
Oh, shit, man. We're going all over the place. So eventually they did determine that it could have been one of two toxins that killed him because of the symptoms and the hemorrhaging and everything. It could have been digitalis, which is commonly known as foxglove.
Shove this foxglove up your ass.
Oh, yeah.
How many digitalis are you going to use?
Snort two of those, you're fucking going to die, man. You're finished.
Foxglove, 5 fingers.
Ooh wee.
And iobane, which is used for poison arrows. It's a plant-based poison. But it's also used for arrhythmia and stuff for heart conditions in low doses.
Oh, okay.
And blow darts.
And in high doses, it can stop your heart, and cause some bleeding inside and stuff. So yeah.
Imagine the early developers of that, or the people that were studying that. Oh, a little too much. Oh, just right.
Now
we'll get it next time.
we'll get it. Yeah, I mean,
We're getting there, people. We're getting there. Hold on.
hold on. This dose will definitely be enough. I promise. It won't be agonizing for anyone. Promise. Now, around the same time as the inquest was opened, the piece of paper the Talem Shud paper that was in his pocket.
What'd you say to me?
Hey, man. I said, Talem Shud. The fuck up. This piece of paper was traced back to a rare New Zealand printing of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. And
Yeah, who didn't know that?
who didn't know that, right? Well, local librarians did because they recognized the dialect as Persian. And went through a lot of their annals and found it to be so, because it was the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. It's a translation by poet Edward Fitzgerald, Persian quatrains from the astronomer poet of Persia, Omar Khayyam. I didn't read any. I'm sorry. You know.
It's okay. That's still a cool title.
You
It is.
failed me.
I wish I was the astronomer poet.
That's I just walking in the room. Well, hey, look, it's Kevin, the astronomer poet.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
The astronomer poet of Persia walks in the room, kicking that ass.
But the overall message of the Rubaiyat is basically live your best life. You know, live it well, live it good.
He came up with YOLO.
Living my best life.
First YOLO, or the astronomer poet. That'd be, I don't know. I like that.
Yeah, it's
I
cool.
like that. But yeah, it's about living your best life, and kind of an overall good time vibe. You know, picture of the torn page was released to local and national media in Australia, and an anonymous witness stepped forward with the book. He was given the pseudonym Robert Francis. Since I guess that's a law in Australia, you can hide your identity.
Ooh.
And
Very suspicious.
yeah,
Very delicious.
Don't believe me? Ask the dishes.
the lead investigators, Sergeant Lionel Lean, gave him that name, Robert Francis.
Oh, he gets to come up with the names too?
Yeah,
That's cool.
I guess that's part of the swearing in.
Bobby Frank.
Bobby Frank Jim Jack. That two people? No, it is not two people.
That's just
Robert Francis it is.
That's just the first name.
This Bobby Frank business.
Robert only looked through his copy after seeing news about it, though, and it was a 1941 edition published by Whitcomb and Toombs in Christchurch, New Zealand. And it wasn't only missing the Talem Shud part; it also had like handwriting that was embedded in the pages, like somebody wrote on it on another piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
So they did some rubbing on it and massaging, talked to it a little bit.
Ooh.
Finished it off with some graphite, and got some info. got a little info from this.
Yeah. It put out the info after that.
Flip the page.
Yeah, flip the page. Turn the page. Oh, nice. They also did some microscopic, pathology and determined that it was the actual page ripped from the same book.
Wow.
So,
It's official.
it's totally official. In the handwriting, they found a telephone number, identified set of numbers, and then what appeared to be like an encrypted text. So it had some stuff we can find out who this guy is, right?
Sure.
Yeah, hopefully.
Call the number easy.
Right, call it right now. Is this a good time number? Or find this number on the toilet wall?
For a good time.
But there's some oddity, I guess there's some miscommunication about how the book was found or when it was found.
Okay.
It's reported that it was found in the rear footwell of a car at the same time or a little before the night or the night that they found the Somerton Man's body. Some say it was found a few weeks later. But, the timing was crucial to the investigation to kind of link together that timeline that they had earlier, to find out where he could have gone, maybe, or how who had that book or something. I don't know, man. It's kind of wacky that a lot of this information is just kind of like, I don't know. Like
Who knows, man?
that book? Yesterday?
Yes, a month ago, yesterday.
It's all like the same.
Whatever. What is time?
What is time? Did you read Ruby Eye? Because you won't even care, man.
God, you wouldn't even understand.
But most accounts say that it was found in an unlocked car in the backseat of a rear footwell, in the backseat or in the rear footwell. I don't know. It's a really hazy piece of evidence that I read about, honestly, with this book, because the guy remained anonymous. Like, doesn't really mention how he got the book or anything like that.
Just a mystery book. I wouldn't worry about it.
False disinformation.
I don't know. It's crazy. But the encrypted text, looked like really hurried. The writing on it looked hurried. There was like some parts of it that were crossed out, and like other letters that were crossed out with a letter written on top. Like an O was crossed out and an X was put in its place. Mm-hmm. Like that kind of shit. So it was really sloppy and kind of hastily written, which was allegedly. Which also led to like maybe a broken encryption overall, okay. So they didn't know if that was the case or not.
Maybe he was just trying to figure out when he was like poisoned or whatever.
Oh, right. He's like, oh, wait, this could be the antidote.
Ooh, gotta solve it. Would you like to play a game?
Go read the Ruby Eye. Cover to cover, you have 10 hours. You're like, oh, shit.
Your answer's in the stars and also in this car.
Be the astronomer poet.
Aries says you're fucked. This encrypted text, it's been sent around. Like a lot of people have looked at this throughout the years. Mm-hmm. Really just leading to nowhere. They're not able to really decipher anything out of it. Yeah. Like nice job writing you're probably poisoned, dude, but still deep breaths.
Yeah. It's embarrassing.
I know your spleen's about to explode, but deep breaths.
This reminds me of an episode of The Prisoner where he was poisoned. Like he was doing his best to avoid being assassinated. He's at the bar and he drinks a beer and he finishes it. And at the bottom of the message says, "You've been poisoned." And so he goes to the bartender. He's like, "Drambuie, whiskey, this." He orders all these different things. You're thinking it's an antidote, and it's just for him to throw up everything. He's asking for different shots, and you can see him like getting all fucked up.
Well, that guy, he could have just punched himself in the gut because he made a fucking cup and saucer break by just slamming the table. So.
Patrick McGowan.
He'd been like, "Oh!" He might have killed himself too. So, yeah, they called the phone number. I would assume they probably call the phone number first.
Yeah, I would think so.
I just want to talk about that code.
This number has been disconnected. No further information is available.
Nope, none at all. The phone number actually belonged to a nurse named Jessica Ellen Joe Thompson.
Joe Mama.
And Joe, she lived about 1,300 feet north of where the body was found.
Ooh.
Now, she was interviewed, and she denied knowing the Somerton Man.
Okay.
And she didn't know why her number would be used. She did recall earlier in 1948 that another unidentified man showed up and tried to ask her about her neighbor. But she didn't want to talk to him and just went about his business, and that was it.
That's cool.
Yeah. Now, Gary Feltus, he wrote the book The Unknown Man about this story. Mm-hmm. And he stated that he interviewed Jessica in 2002, and she seemed like she might have known him. And, was kind of just really hesitant to talk about it at all, but was dodgy about it.
Right.
And her daughter stated the same thing in a 60 Minutes interview, that she knew who Somerton Man was linked with him, and they were probably spies. That's what she thought.
See, that's what I keep thinking.
Yeah, that's what I had the whole time. Like, especially the unmarked clothing and, the poisoning and all that. The cryptic, it's finished.
Yeah.
The Spartan, luggage situation.
Right.
Wait. Would the outfit in the suitcase have fit her?
No, just the pajamas.
Oh, okay.
They were hers.
Oh, size 7. And they didn't say ladies' underwear. They said underwear.
Underwear, right. Pantaloons.
So that's assuming it's man. Because if it's a woman's, it would say women's underwear.
Now, Jessica requested that she remain anonymous in this investigation also. She didn't want to be linked with this.
Whoops, bad news, Jessica.
Spy.
Well, they did. They gave her an anonymity. They gave her they used her nickname in reports, Justin, or Teresa Johnson Powell. Those are the two pseudonyms. I don't know why you'd use her nickname.
TJ Powell.
But now Feltus, he claims that he was given permission to use real names, but he also used pseudonyms, just to keep anonymity where it was.
He just like coming up with cool names.
But another odd claim was she was shown a cast. They made a plaster cast of Somerton Man's face.
Okay.
And when she was shown that plaster cast, she looked mortified and denied knowing him and wouldn't look at it again.
It's ugly.
Right. I mean, those death masks are pretty fucking creepy. Like screw that shit. But but no, I mean, like she looked taken aback. She looked startled.
Yeah. She doesn't like dead people.
That could be it. Sees a dead bird, screams. Oh!
I'm not going to look over there.
I'm not walking that way. It's dead.
It's a dead end. No!
It's going to get me.
Not going that way. It's a dead end now.
That's kind of weird. I don't know, man. But she also said she owned a copy of Rubaiyat while she was working at the Royal North Shore Hospital in 1945.
Oh.
She claims to have given it to an army lieutenant by the name of Alf Boxall, which I think that's kind of a cool name.
Yeah.
I'd hook up the guy named Alf Boxall.
Which part? Is it Alf or Boxall that got you?
Both. It was both, yeah.
Nice.
Like, I was just thinking of he has Alf's hair.
Yeah.
Like the Melmac Alf.
No, he has the snout and teeth.
No. He definitely has the teeth and the hair. But he's short with the ears, same ears.
Does he always have like the raised eyebrows?
Oh yeah, and they're one unibrow,
like Owen Wilson or some shit.
Yeah, that's how Alf Boxall looks. Yeah, and he's ready.
He's always ready to fight. He's going to box everybody.
Always ready to fight. Yeah, ready.
I box all.
All at once. Come on, let's go.
All right, Alf.
Right on the chin. Poop. Poop.
Here's your barbiturates. Here you go. Thank you.
That's a thrill.
Box you all.
I have your child.
Well, she gave that to Al. She gave, he maybe stopped his boxing all after he read Rubaiyat. He's like, you know what? Boxing all isn't the best life I could live. I won't box anyone no more. And he stopped boxing.
That's it. His boxing days were behind him.
Then he turned his name to Alf Boxnun. No, I don't know. That didn't work.
That's good, Alf.
That's good, Alf. We don't care. You're still Alf Boxall. That's your name.
It's too late.
It's never too late to change. And I guess the only correspondence between Alf and Jessica was like a letter like, hey, I'm married now. You're never going to get this again.
Oh.
Alf wrote back, yep, I'm married too.
Never
going to get any of this box all.
Yeah. And that was code for mission complete. Cut off all communications. Live your life.
Is that what you're supposed to do? Like, we had a little romance 5 years ago, and then like, you know what? I'm just going to tell that person that I had sex with. I'm going to write him a letter.
Yeah, you don't do that?
I'm not going to have sex with you anymore. It's been 5 years.
You remember that we had sex that one time?
We're not doing that again.
Not anymore.
I'm married now.
There'll be no repeats. Memorize it.
So just remember how we did sex that time.
Yeah.
But not again.
It's canceled.
Crossed out.
Like.
Cross out sincerely.
Cross out. P.S. I want sex. That's how I would be so fucking.
P.S. Send soiled undies.
And this is like Quill and Ink time, right? 1948. Right?
Quill and ink and fucking wax seals.
Excuse me. So Somerton Man, he eventually got buried in Somerton. The Salvation Army got donations for his funeral.
Fuck them.
He's marked in a grave that says, "Here lies the unknown man found at Somerton Beach, 1st December 1948. And like we were saying earlier, there's a lot of speculation that he might have been a spy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of like strange visitors to the area after he was buried. Some people have been seen visiting his grave that were kind of mysterious.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's just kind of bullshit story, but you know, that is like some unidentified woman was seen visiting the grave. You know,
I mean, to be fair, the people that are interested in it are probably pretty.
that's what I was thinking it was. Yeah, just some morbid curiosity. You know, like I can smell him.
Come on, boy. Can't you track him down? See where he's come from?
It's been 70 years. I'm an old dog. You know, like,
The weird ones smell like beef, cheese, and beer.
ooh, that's good to know.
Thank you, Wallace and Gromit.
Cheese, Gromit.
Now I don't know what you're talking about because I've never seen a Wallace and Gromit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, look at that. Now the tables have turned. Yes. Wow.
Oh, how the
Cheese.
turntables.
Actually, I'm very frustrated now. I can't handle that. I can't handle not knowing about something.
Oh, well, I just watched one of them last week, so.
You didn't invite me. Thanks.
Yeah,
You
you're
didn't
welcome.
invite me. That's so nice. You could have educated me on something.
Well, I tried to FaceTime you, but for some reason.
Mean stare. I'm
Wallace
giving
and
you the mean
Gromit
mug.
is this dude. He has all these crazy inventions, and he has his dog named Gromit.
We don't have time.
Cheese, Gromit.
Yeah, he's very excited about cheese. That's about the plot for most of them.
I guess that's all I need to know.
There you go.
Gromit helps Wallace in all his adventures. The end. Go.
I'm taking back the mean stare. Taking it back.
Okay,
I feel better now
good.
because I don't ever want to see that shit. So, cheese gives me a bellyache.
And you love it.
The coded mystery, it's still unsolved. You know, a little over 70 years now. I mean, like I said earlier, a lot of different efforts have been made throughout the years, just trying to go through different ways to crack the code.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said earlier, it might have been damage code anyway because of the way it was so sloppily written.
Yeah.
It was-
All these typos.
Fucking glitch in the Matrix, yo.
well, I mean, like one line's just crossed right out, you know. So it's like, and then it resembles another line below, two below it.
Right.
So it looks like,
He's not good at it.
right, he was, yeah. And he could have been dying. You know, could have been.
That's no excuse for being unprofessional. I'd like to speak to his manager.
It's not a fucking eye. It's an
You
axe.
tried doing this, being ravaged with poison. Somerton Man, probably. Yeah. Yeah, but in 2009, a team from the University of Adelaide, they started a new investigation. Basically, it was head up by Professor Derek Abbott, and they basically started from zero. You know, they started from scratch.
Okay.
Let's get some new data.
Kind of late to be trying it, but I appreciate the start.
Sure. You know, because I mean, I remember reading about this. Like, I got one of those weird, like, mysteries, the unexplained Time Life books, you know, and it was like a big one. It was like 300 pages of this shit. So it was like anything from like demonic possession to like the mystery of like a 5-ton wrecking ball that just vanished one day, you know, like shit like that. And this story was in it, and I was just like, wow, that's so cool, you know. And I'm sure like maybe like Derek Abbott was one of those people, you know, that just like it nipped at his mind throughout the years. You know, he's like, now I have the resources and unpaid students. I'm gonna
Perfect.
I'm gonna use them.
They'll do it for college credit.
Yep, they're gonna get some credits. So, and they're paying me. That's great. So yeah, they took a new approach at solving the code. And they even proposed that the body be exhumed for DNA testing.
Okay.
Okay, so looking through the code, though, they noted that it appeared to follow the quatrain format of the Rubaiyat, which is something that you would think would be picked up earlier, and I think it was. You know, it just didn't lead anywhere. But this supported that it could have been like a one-time pad encryption algorithm. So... you know, they tried running like the same code against the Bible, the Talmud, and other editions of the Rubaiyat, and they haven't really been able to come up with anything because they believe they need that exact copy of the Rubaiyat that had the Talim Shud ripped out.
Mm-hmm.
They got lost in the 1960s, so it's gone.
They didn't keep it in the back of that car.
Right.
Dang it.
And
no
I
footwell.
guess it's believed to be the only copy of that.
Damn.
Yeah. So, just kind of weird.
Yeah, probably sold it, whatever, a couple bucks.
Sure.
eBay.
1960s eBay.
$50,000.
Sold for like $5. But if it's spy shit, it's probably taken.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Or stored in a safe.
Where the Jedis put their shit in that tree
Yes.
in the movie. Remember that?
Yeah, I thought
It's a good place to put your books.
I was going to a different place, like the top men working on it.
Lightning flash.
So yeah, I mean, like you're looking at like the pictures of the pathological examination and stuff. They noticed that he had some like rare repressivenesses in his feature, like some repressive gene stuff. Like his ears had like some features in the hole protrusion. I don't know the technical name, but where your ear hole begins, your ear hole. Like ear hole.
Ear canal.
I like saying ear hole.
Ear canal.
Ear hole.
Ear canal.
Ear anal.
Terry Fold.
Ooh, Terry flap folds. His Terry flap folds were really long. And no, but like these abnormalities were only notable in like 1% to 2% of the Caucasian population throughout the world.
Oh, he's special.
Yeah.
That's one rare Caucasian.
There's another report that states that Robin Thompson, the child of Jessica Thompson, that he could indeed be the child of either Alf Boxall or the Somerton Man. Kind of like one of those dupe the real dad kind of things. There's no Maury around to help, so,
right?
Like nobody would know. Another odd twist in this one, like fucking kind of blew me away because it just doesn't, just too fucking weird. But Derek Abbott, he married the daughter of Robin Thompson in 2015.
Conflict of interest, Professor?
I would say so. Like, no, I got all the DNA. Let's have a baby.
That's just for further testing.
If we have a baby, I won't need your consent.
Trying to find them recessive features.
Oh, right. Maybe he liked them.
Yeah.
Like, I want my kid to have tiny ear holes.
He's like, let me see if we get some tiny ear holes.
You got a little.
This will further prove my speculation.
I will breed these Terry flaps out of me, or whatever condition he has.
I want to breed in your hole.
On the 60 Minutes report, Robin's wife, because Robin had passed away at the time, his wife Roma and his daughter, both said that his daughter Rachel said that they would they know that he was for sure the Somerton Man's kid. And so they said, yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay. So they got way more confident.
Yeah, I don't know what really their evidence was.
Now they believe it.
No, they believe it.
Believe it.
That's the Naruto defense.
Believe it.
Hey, oh, he's not here. Okay. In 2017, 3 hairs were recovered from evidence that they had. Just lying around. Like, oh, yeah, you know what? This bag is just full of hair.
Oh, my God. I've been collecting hair from everyone I ever met.
I don't know if there's some of mine in there, but a couple might be Somerton Man's.
Could be. Good luck.
They got 3 good hairs, though. And they did some DNA testing.
Mm-hmm.
And they found that he and his mother were part of a haplogroup H4A1A1A, which is only about 1% of all Europeans.
Yeah, I don't meet too many people that are H4A1A1A.
Right. That's like first thing I ask.
Yeah.
Are you H4A1A1A by any chance?
No.
Looks like a hacker name or PSN.
Or actually sounds like the male calico cat of humans. Like the rarest.
I have the H4A1A1A, yo.
Hi, Kevin H4A1A1A Here.
Great. I'll just go change my password. Thanks, guys.
Oh, shit. Sorry. We didn't mean to, like, get into your abnormalities and then use it as your password. Damn it. Never use your abnormalities as a password, people. Like, you know.
That's brute dictionary attack, man.
Right. It's like, what's your password? Low blood sugar.
Brute force. Low blood, high blood pressure.
What? Nicotine crankiness. That's not a condition. Oh, yeah?
Oh, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Oh, all right, doctor.
Slap.
Moonchild.
Why'd you just hit yourself? You don't even know.
I thought you knew everything, doctor.
Then you strangle yourself because that's kind of what quitting smoking is like.
Boom. Somerton Man case solved.
He killed himself because he tried to quit smoking. He's like, I hate this shitty brand.
Kept pulling out cigarettes, putting them in his collar. I don't need this.
I might as well just do this to myself. And he killed himself through strangulation.
Puts a smoke on his collar, punches it.
My throat.
This is what you want, you little bitch.
Punched himself too hard. That's the end.
Too
Got it.
tough. Too tough.
Now, strangely enough, this isn't the first time that there's been a connection with the Ruby yacht. 3 years prior to this case, a 34-year-old Singaporean, his name is George Marshall. He's born Joseph Saul Haim Marshall. Joseph Haim Masal.
Oh, okay.
He was found dead in Ashton Park in Sydney, Mossman, Sydney. He had an open copy of Ruby on his chest.
So, also in Australia.
Yes.
3 years prior.
3 years prior.
Same book.
That's right.
Weird dead guy.
Yep. And
Okay.
his death is believed to be suicide by poisoning. And this occurred 2 months before Jessica gave Boxall the copy of the Ruby yacht. So, yeah. You know, and her copy is inscribed with a little note from her.
Right.
I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but
The note says, I love you.
the heart in it, squiggly heart.
Do you like me? Yes, no.
Yes, no, check one. Marshall was the brother of David Marshall, who later became Singapore's first chief minister. So an inquest was held on 15th August 1945. Gwyneth Dorothy Graham, who testified at the inquest, she was found dead 13 days later, face down, naked in the bath with her wrist slit.
Ugh.
A little weird.
Yeah, a little suspicious.
A little bit. I don't know. Some hinky shit going on in Australia, you know?
She probably just fell asleep.
Yeah, and then like her wrist just exploded.
Yeah.
Because of water. The water
It was the high blood pressure.
Perfect. Yeah, burst along the seams here along
Yeah.
the wrist.
Right.
One of
Yeah.
these like tree rings.
Right, down the road. Right.
Not across the street.
So, bizarre as it is, this might actually come to a conclusion.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Judge in Australia gave the okay to exhume the body, and they're going to do some further testing and some DNA matching. They're going to link it to this Rachel, the wife of Abbott there, Derek Abbott. I guess Rachel Abbott now. And see if there's some kind of DNA match. Maybe we'll see if there is a long history of spying within the family. Maybe Jessica really was a spy. Maybe there was some. Maybe she loved him and had to kill him anyway.
Hail Hydra.
Yeah, Hydra. Captain America became Hydra in the comic books. So.
I'm just here thinking like Spy Kids. Like they're all family spies.
Like that redhead little schmuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. My brothers watch that shit, man. I didn't know what was going on. I just saw like those light up sneakers. I'm like, whoa, you can't be a spy using those. What the hell, man?
That's to throw him off your trail. No way that kid's a spy. Look at those sneaks.
Yeah, he's just a little kid. Oh no, they're Heelys.
Oh no, we'll never catch him.
He is a spy. Damn it. And that's how Heelys are invented.
To get away from bad guys.
Yeah, from bad guys. For spies.
Yes.
Right. When they use children for the workforce.
To protect good spies from bad guys.
When children spies are necessary. We got Heelys.
Kindergartners.
Hiding wheelies in your heelys.
Kindergardians.
So hopefully with this, we can get some maybe resolution, or might open something wider that doesn't need to be open.
Ooh.
Seems like a lot of this evidence just kind of lost or
Killed.
or whatever.
It's all coincidences.
Somebody might be sweating, or most of the players in this that were talked to over the years. A lot of these people are dead now. It's so long ago. So hopefully they can. Hopefully they can find out who this guy was. It's kind of neat. I'm a little excited for this.
It could be exciting.
I'm excited for somebody being dug up, some dead person being dug up.
I just get excited for that, anyways.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what I hope. I stand at graveyards hoping. No, I'm not allowed in.
Oh, not after last time, huh?
Nope. Like, you watch too much. The Watcher. Yeah. So that's the Somerton Man. I thought that was kind of a neat thing. Just seeing the little blurb about how they're going to exhume him was kind of just out of the blue. Seemed...
brought it all back.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah, excellent.
So maybe we'll have to follow up with that someday, hopefully. Or, we'll just keep it to ourselves. Because it might be like a Geraldo Rivera thing where he opens a vault and there's nothing there.
Oh,
he has no
goodness.
DNA.
Oh. He's an alien.
He's an alien? Oh.
That was the twist.
He's
Thanks.
M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night traveling in time to get the ultimate twist.
Oh, my God.
It's the greatest movie ever made.
It was a setup.
He's in the Alfred Hitchcock movie in the cameo. How is that possible?
No.
It's a twist.
Check his other pocket. It's a ticket stub for my new movie coming out next year.
So remember, folks, if you see a dead guy on the beach in Australia, stay away because it's probably a spy, dead spy. Seems to be a lot of dead spies that show up in Australia. That's what I think.
Yeah.
That's my only addition to this case, this unsolved mystery. Don't be a spy in Australia.
Doesn't turn out well.
Doesn't turn out well. I mean, allegedly, don't be a spy.
Don't be an alleged spy. Also, wear a hat.
And wear a hat. Yeah, that's what fucked him up.
Yeah, hats are poison proof. Everybody knows that.
Yep. You know it. Some fucking kangaroo just punched it off his head or something. Oh, my hat. Oi, me hat. Because he's British looking.
Right. British looking in American clothes.
Right. Well, that's the fashion of 1948, right? I don't know.
I don't have a passion for the old fashion.
I'm going to keep up. I'm going to see what happens, if there's any more news. Hopefully. Always another 60-minute special.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it'll be better than the last one, hopefully. The other one was a little boring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, didn't really. I was bored.
I don't have 60 minutes to spend. So maybe they'll make a Vine about it or something.
Ooh. Well, is Vine a thing anymore?
No, I don't think
it's
so.
been gone
So it's
for
a
a
TikTok.
minute.
Hopefully they make a Somerton Man TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Too long didn't watch.
And the answer is, and then you die.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
That's how you. That's how you solve the case. You just die.
Solved.
I'm dead.
Wait, how old is he? Was he a boomer?
He was 40 to 45. So no, he was.
Oh, okay.
So I get less. Well, I mean, Lee Noble, he's a boomer.
Okay.
You're an idiot.
Oh, see, that's what a boomer would say.
In my time,
Are we doing this again? It's like the third time in a row we've done this.
Doesn't go
you're
well.
the first one to start.
No.
I started that one.
Yeah,
That's my bad.
Yep.
Oh, you
Yep.
did?
I was
Yeah.
just curious.
Curious about the boomer.
No boomers in the room.
No room to boom.
Well, I'm gonna go watch some reruns of Unsolved Mysteries. With Robert Stack.
I thought you say you're going to play some Destiny 2 because of the boomers.
Oh, is that where the boomers go? Oh yeah, that one guy we used to play with. He's
No,
pretty much a boomer.
no, those things, the spinning things with the fucking.
That's
Isn't that
how
what the
boomer would
boomers are?
describe Destiny 2.
It goes.
And a spinny thing,
It looks like a
spinny
dreidel.
thing.
It looks like the little spin from Inception.
Those
the
are
top.
Beyblades, Grandpa.
Oh my god!
Catch us online, www.weirdandweary.com /Beyblades.
Just in case you need to let it rip.
That's our Beyblade Club. Kevin is the president, by the way. Nominated today.
Yeah, thank you, Coach K in the house.
Coach K in the house. Coach Bay
Dub
K.
to me. You'll always
Blade.
You'll always be Coach Dub.
K Blade.
You'll be Beyblade to me.
Yeah, so catch us online, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all those fun places that are fun online. And if you have anything you'd like to talk about or any stories you'd like us to share, info@weirdandweary.com. I'm going to go finish my Robert Stack marathon, eat a bunch of grilled cheese, no pastries, because I don't think I'm going to be able to eat pastries after knowing Somerton Man's last meal could have killed him.
Right.
No, they said it didn't, but I'm thinking there's a lot of Vegemite. I'm just like...
Just eat your dessert before you eat your main course. You'll be good.
Be good to yourselves. Be good to everyone. Don't eat Vegemite. I'm just kidding. Eat whatever you want.
No, it's too late. You've ruined it for me.
Just ruined it
I'm
for you.
I'm not even try it.
You had the jar in your mind. You're like, yeah.
I had it in my shopping cart online. I'll remove it now.
Amazon 64-ounce Vegemite.
I'm not even going to save for later.
I'm Jason.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Lee.
I still don't like Vegemite. I don't like it. I like toast. Toast is good.
You like Dolomite?
I want to watch that. I hear like a lot of people say that's like one of Eddie Murphy's better performances lately.
Better than Pluto Nash?
Did it come out yet?
Nothing's better than that. Yeah, it's on Netflix. Nothing's better than Pluto Nash.
Cool.
Right?
Yeah, I believe it.
Oh, you know what's better?
Huh.
Golden Child.
Nope. What was that one with Robert Townsend?
Meteor Man?
Meteor Man. Yeah, it's better. Or Blank Man.
That was Damon Wayans.
Blank Man was a better one because he used fart bombs. He took his brother's farts.
Oh, good.
Oh.
That sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
JKL Media.
Jekyll.